Hey, welcome to the Original Brew Collective podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ben.
And I'm Robert.
And on these podcasts, we review different beers from different breweries. And while we're drinking those beers, we talk about a variety of topics that we call our brewery talk. And today is no different. Today we are drinking a beer from Imperial Beer Co., located in Asheville, North Carolina. And they actually have two tap rooms, one in Asheville and one in Raleigh, North Carolina. So we're really excited about what we're drinking today. So could you tell us a little bit more about the beer?
Yeah, this is going to be our first, actually, from Imperial Beer Co. This one is called A Portal Towards Nonexistence. It's an Imperial Stout brewed with cacao nibs, cinnamon, honey, Tahitian vanilla, and maple smoked sea salt. So we're pretty pumped about this one.
Sounds like a lot of flavor in there.
Yeah, I know. Sounds like it's going to be packed with flavor. It's coming in at 14% ABV. So we're really excited about this one. Like I mentioned, this is our first from Imperial. Very excited. Got this one in a trade. Actually got a couple bottles in a trade, so maybe next episode we'll review the other one. But for now, once again, we are drinking A Portal Towards Nonexistence.
A Portal Towards Nonexistence.
Yeah, I'm going to open this one up.
Yeah.
Did you want to provide us with the fun fact?
Yes. So the fun fact is very fun. And
hence being called a fun fact.
Exactly. So, have you heard of the series Harry Potter? I'm sure you all have.
Heard of it. Why?
And so apparently, I had no idea, but the popular game that they play in Harry Potter, do you know what it's called?
Quidditch.
Yeah. So Quidditch. Apparently, Quidditch was invented in a pub from the mind of J.K. Rowling. She invented the game Quidditch in a pub. I thought that was cool. Drinking beer, thinking of kids flying around on broomsticks.
I mean, it makes sense that she invented the game, right? She made everything.
I know, but it was cool that she
just did it while
in a pub,
probably enjoying a drink,
the
craft beer.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was cool.
Cool. So we have it poured out. It poured a little interesting. It poured a little thin, just for what I was expecting. You know, I think a lot of times when we have stouts, especially these higher content ones, they seem to be pour a little thick, a little more syrupy, if you will. This one seemed to pour a little thin, so I was a little thrown off by that. But I mean,
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. May have just been a trick of the eye.
Yeah.
But if you're watching with us on YouTube, you can see the label. I'll hold it up a little bit. It's a cool, simple, label art. At first, I was a little confused as to what it was. It looks almost like it's a matte black label with orange on it. Looks like almost like a railroad spike. Mm-hmm. And then I realized when I was looking more, if you're not watching with us on YouTube and you're listening, it is a door opening, actually. So it's a door cracking open with the light coming through.
It's like the portal.
Yeah, so it's like the portal. Yeah, so I suppose this is probably the portal towards non-existence. Mm-hmm. So yeah, really pumped about this one. Really cool can art. Really good reviews for this brewery in general. The breweries, I mean, supposedly they make really good stuff. Like I said, this is our first time, but we'll.
You said you got this in a trade?
Yeah, I got this in a trade. I don't even, honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure what I traded it for. Oh, you know what? I think I traded it for some Bottle Logic.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just taking a look. Like I said, it seemed to pour a little thin. It doesn't seem to be super heavy.
The head is definitely different than most stouts I'm used to.
Right?
There's bigger bubbles.
Yeah, it's
on this.
Not as
head.
dense. The head bubbles,
and it's like a light tan.
It doesn't seem like it's gonna be. And this is, I haven't tried it yet, but just from looking at it and like moving it around in the glass, it doesn't seem like it's gonna have a super heavy mouthfeel. You swirl it around the glass a little bit, and it leaves kind of like a really thin layer. That's also, I would imagine, another indicator that it's not going to be super, super thick and heavy.
Before we put it right up to our nose, I can smell it, and it kind of reminds me of when you walk into an ice cream shop, like that smell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to say it smells like I don't think this one was barrel aged, but it smells like a bourbon barrel a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the sweetness of bourbon.
I get that like ice cream smell. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it to our nose.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, that smells incredible. I'm getting like a lot
smell
of
really good.
Banana a little bit. I don't know.
I can smell banana.
Too.
Yeah,
I'm getting banana on this. And I hope that's not an off thing, to be honest.
I feel like kind of like, for some reason I want to say like fudge. Like fudge, banana. Like it smells thick
nutty.
For some reason.
It smells nutty to me.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm trying to see, I can't, honey doesn't have that.
Yeah, cacao nibs, cinnamon, honey, Tahitian vanilla, and maple smoked sea salt. So maybe that bourbony sweetness I was smelling is the maple.
Could be.
I mean, I really enjoy the smell, though.
It smells really, really nice.
It smells really good.
Doesn't smell like an ice cream shop up close.
No. Want to try it?
Yeah. So let me take another sip.
I love the flavors that are going on with this. I will say the mouthfeel for me is kind of thin. It's not very heavy. I'd say definitely like maybe it's a medium mouthfeel, I suppose. And I know stouts aren't usually like heavily carbonated or anything like that, but there's like not much carbonation in this.
It's thicker than I thought it was going to be, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I would agree. It's not as heavy as I'm used, like a 14% stout.
Yeah.
Would be in my mind, but it's thicker than it seemed when you poured it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to pinpoint like what I'm tasting, because there is. I mean, just reading the flavors on it, there's a lot. There's a lot of flavors in this one.
I mean, I'm getting the sweetness of the honey. I mean, obviously, I'm getting some like notes of chocolate.
I think I'm getting like the smoky flavor too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the smoky, just a smoky flavor in general. I don't really know what smoky sea salt tastes like, but
I mean, you smoke anything and it's gonna have like
smokiness. I'm getting that smoke
Yeah.
on the back end. It's smoky.
I think this is really good.
It is good.
I think this is really. I mean, this seems like high quality. I think I was just a little surprised by the level of carbonation. Like I said, I don't expect stouts to have like a high level of carbonation, but this I feel like is even a little bit less than what I'm used to. And the mouthfeel wasn't as heavy as I would have hoped, but that's a personal preference, to be honest. I love a really heavy, thick stout.
I'm trying to like. There's definitely a flavor right up front.
I get the smokiness, the chocolate.
Maybe it's the honey that I'm getting right up front.
It almost partially reminds me of like a... And I feel like I get this, and maybe someone out there, one of the listeners knows, like, and I'm sure I could Google this, but like, you know, I've told Ben this before, like, with certain high percentage stouts, I get like a banana-iness to them. And I don't know what that is, if it is just like the booziness itself, but almost I'm getting like chocolatey banana bread a little bit with like the walnuts in it and stuff. With like nuttiness, a little bit of banana with the chocolate. But I think this is really good, and like there's definitely some spices coming through with being the cinnamon, I suppose.
Are you getting any bitterness?
No.
Okay, I feel like it's a little bitter for me. Like
I'm not getting that at all
at the end. Maybe it's not. Yeah, just a little bit, but I think that's a good description.
I think this is really good. And if you were to try this, don't expect it to taste like chocolate chip banana bread. Those are just like I'm trying to find a way to describe something that I have tasted before to like holistically describe.
I think that's a good description of it.
Yes, I mean I really enjoy this. This is definitely something I think as it opens up, especially, it's going to just get even better. As you know, a lot of the stouts that we review do. But right now, I'm very pleased with the flavor profile of this one. It's really complex. It's really good.
Just I mean, like I said, just you reading off all that they put in it. There's kind of a lot in it, and it's working together pretty good.
Yeah. I thought this was really cool. I didn't notice until after we poured, but they actually put the name of the artist on their
that is
label.
Cool.
Yeah, so illustration by David Paul Seymour. So that's pretty cool. I love it when they give credit to the artist. I think that's pretty awesome. So Christmas is upon us. It is Christmas week. Christmas is only, a couple days away. This is Monday. Christmas is on Wednesday. Yeah, so 2 days away. So Merry Early Christmas to everyone. Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, if that's your thing. If not, well, Happy Monday.
Happy holidays.
I mean, Happy Holidays, right?
Yeah.
So Ben, what is our topic today?
We don't really have anything specifically planned, but
so like whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
We've done that before. Kind of just say, we're going to just talk about whatever the hell we want, and so we're going to keep it on theme with Christmas in general. But we straight up we decided intentionally not to plan anything out. We're just
been a busy time.
Yeah, we thought
wanted to catch up.
Yeah, we just said let's try a beer together, let's review it, and let's talk about Christmas in general. So I guess I'll start. I didn't decorate this year.
Why though?
Because, and we mentioned this.
Do you usually?
I love Christmas. I don't know. I think Michael's the craft store or whatever.
Yeah,
is like I think it's national. I have a friend. She lives in New York, and she knows Michael's. So yeah, it must be throughout the entire U.S. But Michael's every holiday season, like starting in November, has like 40 to 50% off, like store wide, everything Christmas. And so every year I like to go and buy more Christmas decorations for inside the house. Actually, I say inside the house. We haven't had a house until just now. I know we mentioned it, I think last episode or 2 episodes ago or so. That we are, my wife and I, officially in our house. That's where we're filming in the granny flat, if you would call it. Right now, it's going to be our new OBC, Original Brew Collective, filming headquarters, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's why we haven't decorated this year. It's just because we're still unpacking, and so I don't want to be unpacking and set stuff up and then have more to like pack away.
That's understandable.
Yeah, and I don't even own lights, like Christmas lights, because this is our first house. Before, we were spending, the last few years in an apartment. So we would decorate the inside of our apartment. I would even go as far as like I bought like the fake spray paint, like window paint snow, and so I would like spray paint fake snow on like our mirrors in our apartment. Like that's how much I love like to decorate for Christmas.
That's cool.
But
I don't think I ever saw it decorated for Christmas.
Really? We didn't have a lot of people over to our apartment because it wasn't huge, and the parking at the complex was terrible, and so there's never guest spots, and so we would usually go out to see friends rather than have them come over to us. So, no decorations this year, but have you put up your Christmas decorations?
We did. Yeah, we did. When did we do that? I honestly think it was the first day of December we did, because we were at my in-laws' house for Thanksgiving, and where we live in the up towards the mountains, like up going towards Lake Tahoe, and it had snowed on Thanksgiving, so there's a bunch of snow, and so I put up my Christmas lights in the snow.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, actually.
Is it supposed to snow on Christmas?
It actually is.
That's magical.
It is supposed to snow on Christmas, but it was actually kind of fun it was cold, but
sure.
it was fun to put them up.
Cold.
Put them up because it was at night too, because we like had opened up our Christmas lights that we had previously had.
Yeah.
And they were not working. Like some of them weren't working, so we had to go. We went to the store because we were going to go anyways and got new Christmas lights. But by the time we got back, because it gets dark by like 4 o'clock now.
Yeah.
But by the time we got back, it was dark outside. But I was just in the mood. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to like put these up again anytime soon. So like I just put them all up, and then we decorated the inside of the house as well. So yeah, we have it all set up.
Yeah, I like, Ben knows, and I think I've said it before, I like to do, like, start listening to Christmas music Thanksgiving night. So
that's a good night.
I like that. I would be like, I'm not a huge Thanksgiving guy. Like, to me, I'm just like, I'm not like, I don't know. Thanksgiving's cool because you get together with family and stuff, but I'm not, like, super into Thanksgiving. So, yeah, Thanksgiving night is when I like to start listening to officially Christmas music. Like, even I want to listen to it sooner, but I tell myself I can't.
I think that's good.
So I would have, if we had the house already and we were already set up, that's the night I would have started probably decorating, or the day after, I suppose.
This next year.
So in about 365 days.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any Thanksgiving, Christmas traditions?
Yes.
That maybe you started with as a kid and you still do them?
Okay,
or like
so
you don't do them anymore?
I have some that I did as a kid, and it was, I'm trying to think if there was more. I'm sure that there were, but it was not really a tradition. It almost is kind of like a rule. It was almost like a rule. But
that doesn't sound fun.
But it was.
I haven't heard it yet.
It was fun.
Sound fun.
It was. I liked it. So I have 2 older brothers and a younger sister, and we would have Christmas Eve. We would go to bed, and we could like sneak. Our parents told us like we could go out before they got up to like look at our stockings and stuff. So we would do that in the middle of the night, and like sometimes we would run into each other, but like the siblings and stuff, and sometimes we wouldn't, and we would see what was in our stockings. But then after we did that, it was a rule that we had to wait in our room until my dad played Christmas music.
Oh, that's pretty
so
cool. Once
we heard the music, we could come out.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Yeah, it was fun.
I might do that when I have kids.
I know, right? It was pretty fun. So yeah, and then we would come out, and then that's when we could open presents. But we would all just be waiting for music to start, because like when you're a kid, you're like super excited about Christmas. So we were just like waiting to hear it. And
that's
then
pretty awesome. That's a good idea, man. Like I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, I heard this other tradition that I want to do when because my daughter...
Is it the Christmas pickle?
No.
Okay.
No, but I want to hear about that. I don't know what that is. But so when my daughter's 2, so she doesn't necessarily really get it yet. I think next year she'll be more, just, I don't know, more understanding like what's happening. But I heard this tradition that I thought sounded really fun. And so it was the dad it was kind of the same thing. He would tell his kids to like stay in their room because he'd have to go out and like clean up reindeer poop. So he said like they couldn't come out because he had to clean up reindeer poop and like the mess that Santa made. But really it was just to like get everything like set up for the morning. Yeah. Like get the fire started and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I thought that'd be fun.
That's cool.
For them to like think that I'm cleaning up reindeer poop.
It'd be funny to leave like little Tootsie Rolls out and stuff like that
right?
all over the floor.
Yeah. And say that they're edible. Reindeer poop's edible. That'd be fun.
Probably shouldn't do that.
No, probably not.
You're going to have a kid who's like, I wonder if cat poo is edible too.
Yeah.
And like grab out of the cat box.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny though.
That is funny. Like, that's a creative idea.
And it's a good way to like get them to stay in their rooms so you can like...
Yeah. We used to do every year growing up, every night my parents would flip on the Christmas lights, and the switch was in the house we were at was in the garage. It would like trigger all the lights around the house, and so we would count down like 3, 2, 1, and then have to shout Merry Christmas, and then my dad would be in the garage and flip the switch, and they would say that it was the spirit of Christmas that turned the lights on.
And you guys just didn't wonder did you know that your dad was doing that?
I think that when we got older, yeah, we knew. But like I think at first it was
cool,
just like it was like the magic and spirit of Christmas was what's making these powering the lights. That was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that magic.
That is.
I recently heard about the Christmas pickle, and so I think it might be like a German tradition or something. But it's tradition to hide a pickle into your Christmas tree, and the first child who finds it, I believe they get to open the first present.
Oh, okay.
And then they may get good luck for the rest of the year or something like that. I don't know if that's even part of it, but for sure it's like they get to open a present first or something. But yeah, the Christmas pickle.
That's funny.
Yeah. We were actually at a Christmas party last night, and so they had like a photo booth area, and so they had like props on like sticks and stuff. And what I thought was a Christmas pickle. I'm like, this is so weird that they put a Christmas pickle in here, because it's like this green, like almost like a partial. It was curved, so almost like a U-shape-ish. It was like a bent green, looked like a pickle. It was weird looking, and it had jingle bells, sleigh bell things on it. And so people were doing weird things with it, like for posing with the photo, because it's a pickle, and so you could put it down in certain areas and hey, look at the wiener.
That's funny.
Some people,
I haven't seen any of those pictures. That's
some
funny.
people might have done it.
Yeah.
Me, but I realized later I think it was supposed to be like a reindeer collar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so it's not as after I realized what it was supposed to be, it wasn't as fun as I thought. But still, and yeah, that's what made me think of the Christmas pickle.
That's funny. That's cool. There was last year, and I thought it was really fun, and I like kind of wanted to make it a tradition. So recently, what we've done is we go down to my wife's parents' house and spend Christmas with them. And we used to go to movies on Christmas, and I feel like that's kind of popular. Like a lot of people do that now. So that was kind of a tradition, but it's kind of hard to do that with really young children. Yeah, because they won't really sit still that long. But last year we went to a neighborhood and just like walked around the neighborhood to look at lights. And it was really fun. So I hope we do that again.
Nice.
This year.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun tradition to do.
So, I think let's hop back to this beer and we'll wrap this one up. This is kind of like we said, just whatever the hell we want. We just wanted to try it.
It's been a busy time.
It's been exhausting, to be honest with you. It's been long, a lot of work. I've been like doing moving stuff for over a month now. But yeah, anyways, back to something that makes us happy, and that's beer.
Yeah, it's always there for us.
Yeah, this one, really good. Once again, we're drinking a beer from Imperial Beer Co. in North Carolina. This is an Imperial Stout coming in at 14% ABV, and it is called a Portal Towards Nonexistence. An Imperial Stout with cacao nibs, cinnamon, honey, Tahitian vanilla, and maple smoked sea salt. Right now, since it's opened up a little bit, warmed up, I'm getting a lot of cinnamon, cinnamon chocolate, and some sweetness from that the honey and vanilla.
I was just gonna say I'm getting a lot of honey.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. This is a really
I
good.
like it.
The flavor profile on this is awesome.
I do like it.
Really good beer.
I like it more now that it's opened up.
As do I. Yeah. This is. I think at first I was thrown off a little bit because the mouthfeel, the carbonation level. I was just a little surprised. It wasn't what I was used to or expecting. This is such a good beer. I think it's a really, really, really good beer. Yeah, high quality for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So if you are watching this on YouTube, we just ask that you subscribe to our channel. If you're listening to it on a podcast, just subscribe to a podcast, rate us, and
please
let us know. You can find us on Instagram at Original Brew Collective. We post pictures on there of different beers that we're drinking. And then Robert has an Instagram. It's at Robert_OBC. And then I have one at Benjamin_OBC. And that's just pictures of, sometimes it's the same beer, sometimes it's different beer, but just different shots of that. So you can follow us on there as well. On Facebook, it's at Original Brew Collective. And then Twitter at Brew Original. So give us a follow on all those platforms.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully you were enjoying a beer while we were reviewing this one. We definitely encourage that. And then we're going to close this one out. So cheers to you. Thanks for listening. And then also cheers to Elf on a Shelf and Mensch on a Bench and whatever else. I mean, I don't know. There's only two I know for holiday purposes.
Mensch on a Bench?
I've heard of that. For Hanukkah.
Oh!
Mensch on a Bench.
Okay.
Yeah. So cheers to those little creepy dolls that parents creepily place all over our house. So cheers to you little dolls.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers.